All right.
So one, which of the following is not correct? I put B. For the last 40 years or so, U.S. inflation hasn't shown much variation from its average of about 2%.
Yep.
That's what I had.
Cool. Two, if the real interest rate is 6% and the price level is falling at a rate of 2%, what is the nominal interest rate? And I put 4%, A.
I had 8%, C.
Did I do that backwards?
I put 8% as well.
I might have done it backwards.
That's what I was thinking as well.
8%?
Yeah, because isn't real interest rate just on the one side of the equation, and then it's nominal minus the inflation rate?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So then it would be 8%.
I wasn't sure if I was doing it that way or it was the other way, so we'll go with 8% C.
I did it that way first, so it's all good.
Three, from the early 1980s to the 1990s, the nominal interest rate, I put A, fell because the Fed got inflation under control.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Yep.
Four, the evidence from hyperinflations indicates the money growth and inflation. I wasn't sure on this one, but I put A, are positive related, which is consistent with the quantity theory of money.
That's what I put.
That's what
That's
I
what
got.
I put as well.
Alrighty. Five, if the CPA rises, the number of dollars needed to buy a representative basket of goods. And I put B, increases, and so the value of money falls.
That's what I put.
That's what I got.
Six, which of the following could explain a shift of the money supply curve from MS1 to MS2? I put C, an open market purchase of bonds by the Federal Reserve.
Yep, that's what I got.
Cool. Open market purchases by the Fed make the money supply. I put B, increase, which makes the value of money decrease.
That's what I got.
Right.
Yep.
Great. Eight, I put for what is the velocity A, 6.75.
That's what I
Yeah.
got.
Yep.
Nine, the price level is, and I put nominal variable.
What I put.
Everyone good on that one?
Nominal value.
Yeah, D, nominal variable.
I wasn't sure on that one. I had real variable, but I wasn't positive. So
And real as well.
Yeah.
What did you have, Ryan?
I had A on the relative variable.
Dun, dun.
Hmm.
You got a spot on the book for that one?
I thought I found a spot for it. I can go back and check it. Yeah, just give me 1 sec.
Yeah.
I really should start doing is putting page numbers next to all these answers. Why don't we go ahead and continue going, and when I find it, I'll just chime back in. And
Okay. Well, 10, based on the quantity equation, M equals 100, V equals 3, and Y equals 150, I put P equals 2, C.
Yes.
that's what I got.
Yep.
Alrighty. Suppose the United States unexpectedly decided to pay off its debt by printing new money. Which of the following would happen? And I put D. All of the above are correct.
That's what I put.
12. Under the assumption of the Fisher effect and monetary neutrality, if the money supply growth rate falls, and I put C, nominal interest rate falls, but real interest rate does not.
Yes.
See? Yeah.
put
It's fine.
Great. 13, the inflation tax. I put A is an alternative to income tax and government borrowing.
I had D, all of the above,
that's what
because
I
it's a
have.
revenue created when the government prints money as well.
Yeah.
Okay, D on that
I
one.
had C for that one, but I don't know if that one's right.
Oh, but it is an alternative tax. It's a way for them to,
Yeah.
get more money.
And that's what I got. I got D because it lists on all of those if on the inflation tax.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so D.
saw all of them on there that listed that's what they for the inflation. So on 12, did you guys get C?
Yeah. C.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so D on 13, all of the above.
That's what I got.
That's what I got.
14, which of the following are U.S. taxpayers allowed to adjust for inflation for the purpose of income taxes? And I put D, neither interest income nor capital gains.
That's what I got.
That's what I had.
Great. 15, Martha lends money at a fixed interest rate and then inflation turns out to be higher than she had expected it to be. The real interest rate she earns is, I put D, lower than she had expected, and the real value of the loan is lower than she had expected.
That's what I put.
That's what I had.
got.
Great. 16, when Haley states that inflation by itself always reduces the real return of her saving, she, I put C, has committed the inflation, I don't know how to say that word, fallacy.
Fallacy.
Yeah.
I got A, the inflation, expresses the idea of an inflation tax.
I put that at first and then I crossed it out and put C.
Me too. I picked C.
So we're going with C then.
The inflation fallacy is that inflation causes you to not have as much money to buy stuff. But the inflation tax is that it reduces how much you get back on your savings and your money because they're printing more money. So
Yes, I guess we'll look up that one as well.
I went back and forth too, but when I read the inflation fallacy, it was basically talking about people who say inflation, doesn't allow me to buy as much as I used to buy. And the inflation tax is all about, they tax you on all of your savings, not just on what the difference is between your inflation interest rate and your real interest rate. I don't know.
We'll look it up.
Quick interjection here. I found the answer for number 9.
Okay.
This is in section 1E under the classic dichotomy and monetary neutrality. The last paragraph, it says, yet classical analysis is right about the economy in the long run. Over the course of a decade, monetary changes have significant effects on nominal variables, such as the price level.
Okay,
Okay. That's what I remember reading too.
so D.
So D on 9.
Yep, D on 9.
You want to look up the 16 on that one too, Parker?
I wasn't quite sure about that one, but I'll see what I can find.
Okay. We'll continue then and go back to that one. 17, people go to the bank more frequently to reduce currency holdings when inflation is high. The sacrifice of time, convenience that is involved in doing that is referred to as, I put C, the shoe leather cost.
That's what I
Yes.
did.
That's what I got.
Yep.
18, the tax system to indexing the tax system to take into account the effects of inflation would by itself, and I put A, mean that only real interest earnings are taxed.
Yes.
A for that one.
Yes.
19, I'm not going to read that whole thing, but I put D, transferred wealth from you to the borrower and caused your after-tax real interest rate to be more than 0.5 percentage points lower than what you had expected.
I wasn't sure about 19, so
I
I
wasn't either, but I put C.
I did A.
I didn't get 19, so
Uh-oh.
Anybody for B?
Yeah, nobody picked B.
We should go with B. I don't remember how I got this one. All the others I wrote down an equation, and this one I didn't.
Well, for me, it was you loaned money out at 6%, expecting that inflation was going to be 1.5%. So you were hoping to get 4.5% interest on the money you loaned to somebody. But in reality, at the end of the year, inflation was only 1%. So instead of 4.5%, you got 5%. So you gained 0.5% in money to you in the difference. So I transferred wealth from the borrower, who's the guy that borrowed the money, to you, the loaner, causing you to get a real interest rate to be 0.5% higher than you were expecting. That's how I read it, if that logic makes any sense.
Does.
So if somebody's got something different, I'm all ears.
I just wasn't sure.
We can go with yours or whatever everyone wants to put. You're the only one that has an explanation, so.
Yeah, that sounds.
Don't listen to the blonde people. We're all going to be in trouble.
You're the only one making sense.
Well, I mean, that's just how I read it. If there's a formula somewhere that
There
somebody
was a formula somewhere, but I don't remember where it was at.
So what are we putting for 19? I'm sorry, I found the answer for 16, so I wasn't listening.
Well, let's see what you got on 16.
Okay, so for 16, under section 2A, second paragraph, it says, yet further thoughts reveals a fallacy in this answer. When prices rise, buyers of goods and services pay more for what they buy, blah, 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 blah. Because most people earn their income by selling their services, such as their labor, inflation in income goes hand in hand with inflation in prices. Thus, inflation does not in itself reduce people's real purchasing power. So real purchasing power in this sense would be the return of their investment. And saying the inflation does not in itself reduce people's purchasing power, and she's saying it does. So that in itself is inflation fallacy. If that makes sense.
Sounds good.
Yes.
So we're saying C then?
Yep.
So C on 16. And then Parker, we had 19. We said A, C, or D, but I think we're going with what did you have again? A?
I have A.
Sounds like A,
What did-
unless you got a different answer, Parker.
This is one of the problems I didn't have an answer for.
All right.
I was
A.
good on everything else except for that one.
It sounds like A.
Ride together, we die together.
And so 20, in order to maintain stable prices, a central bank must, I put C, tightly control the money supply.
That's what I put.
What I got.
Yep.
Great. Anyone have any questions on any of them?
Not really.
Nope, I think I'm good.
Quick question. On 12, we said C, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I got everything else.
Looks good.
Cool. Who's
All
got
right.
next?
I'll do reading for next week.
Okay. Do you want me to host it?
Sure.
Okay. We'll host it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You
Sweet.
too.
Happy
Yes,
Thanksgiving
you
to you all.
too.
There you guys. And I'll go ahead and
You
I'll
guys-
get this all posted on there.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, for doing that.
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet.
See you later.
Hey,
See ya.
good night.
Good night.